Hello folks, we're doing a little slideshow here on Antarctic Mount Vincent 2020, this past January. During our COVID pandemic, I thought it might be fun to show the slideshow. So we did a bunch of training before. This is the weather app we were using to identify weather conditions. My puppy Lola trained with us. Mount Vincent's extremely cold in Antarctica. Here's some of our gear that we brought. That's all my gear. And there is the flight route. Lots of travel. A lot of time in airports to take notes and catch up. Then we land in Punta Arenas, Chile. One of the nicest restaurants I went to. This is their entryway. One of the funky trees they have down there. Beautiful statue in Punta Arenas. Punta Arenas is where we take off from and launch the expedition. A lot of foliage along the Straits of Magellan. The sun hardly sets there. It's only a couple hours of well, it's basically light most all of the night. There's looking across at Argentina. This foliage can also be found in Alaska. It's a lupid, I believe is the name. Very nice, beautiful flower growing by the thousands out in fields. A lot of people doing trans-American trips. This is a carving in one of the local establishments. Oh, nice vessel offshore. Didn't know whose that was. Went up to the sanctuary, penguin sanctuary. This is the first time I've met my climbing mate, Daniel, and we take this trip up to, you can see right there, this island is the sanctuary of the penguins, and they return here year after year. They mate for life, and they have the same burrow, the same den, and they were so cute. You can see the young babies molting and growing the feathers for their adult coat, and the parents stay with them. And this island is very, very well protected. Beautiful. There's a couple. We took this vessel. 3 hours, I believe, was the trip length, just one way. So this is an overview of the ice cap where we're going. And here is our arrival from Punta Arenas. We flew in. So in Punta Arenas, we stage all our gear here. Then we take ALE's service, an elite group our expeditions with. That's Magellan's Foot. We kiss it for good luck. This is a briefing at ALE before we go. Some of the top climbers in the world in company. This is the ALE staff chart, and of course, the infamous Emperor Penguin. South Pole, they do trips to both. Flights to the South Pole, Vincent, and Penguin trips. It's a little pricey. That's a piece of the glacier that they brought up from Antarctica to serve us ice water. Super cool. I mean, this place reeks of class. This is one of their employees. It's been there forever. Oh yeah, there's the Aleutian that we flew into Antarctica on. And that's our team, and in the back, that's the Aleutian on the glacier. Look at that slick surface. We actually landed on the ice. There's our team, Rick, Daniel, and myself. These vehicles they have here are like right out of sci-fi. Incredible. We take that from the airstrip to Union Glacier base, and that's where some of the tourists say, in the South Polars, let's call them, and then the expeditioners, we pitched our own tents. Look at that gear hut. This lady helped me fix a pair of glasses. And they have all kinds of toys down here. Skidoos, bikes, sleds. Every day we're treated to different lectures on experts. That was my home for almost a week. Union Glacier. We got weathered in there. And they got the classic sign, how far away is Tokyo, just in case you're curious. That's the, there's my laundry. That's how we live in the tent. And this is the little otter that we fly in to get over to base camp for Vinson. We get briefed, very short briefing. And catch it, that's the ski from the plane. Look at that, surreal. It's very dangerous to fly down there because it's hard to tell glaciers from the clouds. And many a pilot that hasn't been well taught has perished. So they take every precaution. And that's our crew. And we finally make it to base camp. This is a pretty big hurdle. It's taken over a week. And we got in on that little plane. And then the pilot went up and skied one of these steep couloirs, got back in the plane and flew back to Union. Look at that. That's the backdrop to our new home, base camp. This base camp, we are the last team in base camp. And they're starting to break things down. This is a cache, so you put all your gear in these deep pits and then cover it up and come and get it the next year when you're down climbing. That one cache that we just saw was a 4-year-old cache. Look at that, surreal. That's crazy. So we have the dome tent, one of the best in all of camp. Look at that, hamburgers and fries in Antarctica. Unbelievable. We had a room for 14, 15 people, and we were 4. Those are our tents. They're just the nicest, the best. And here we're gearing up to head to Advanced Camp 1. We have all the gear. You split it up, divvy it up by weight. And those are the containers that we dug out. Oh, those prayer blankets, those prayer cloths right there were from a past friend of Jacob's who died on the mountain. Okay, here's our route. Camp 1, 2, 3, and Summit. That's our goal. And so we lay out a rope. We are getting ready to head out of base camp. 6 miles up around that bend. We take a couple rests. We got a lot of weight with the sled. There's a big old ice block that came off. There's designated pee holes. That's where you gotta go. The only place you can go to the bathroom. Camp 1, my window. Look at that. Camp 1, waking up and seeing an avalanche that slid down right near us. Camp 1 with all our Sharpies in front. And that's an igloo people built in their spare time. Pretty cool. Look at that slide. Only less than 100 yards from our tent. Of course, my patriotic flag flying above.